Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in.
Welcome. I'm not gonna even start that because
I wish I could hear the music we play on Instagram, but it's really good.
I know. Oh, okay.
That reminds me, we were supposed to have Margie on our live.
We'll set it up, Margie. That way you can partake and participate.
Yeah, man. Guess what?
What?
We live.
Live season 2, baby.
Boom. I don't know how to do that. How do I do it?
I don't know. I don't even want to try.
You don't want to try?
Mm-mm.
Listen, we're going to talk about some honesty tonight and some truth. Not just in relationships, but in life. Because guess what? There's a lot of lie holes in the world. I said it. There's a lot of liars.
Yeah.
People are perpetrating, they're lying, creating these false narratives, and it's not real. And it's not fair. What's up, bro? Michi. Hey, do you look at Michi's TikToks?
Yeah. Oh, no, because I don't have TikTok. Okay.
You have TikTok.
Honesty and truth.
Honesty and truth. You set it up for me.
So.
Because I have a TikTok that you set up.
Yeah.
Got it.
It was the business one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any of the business stuff on either of my phones. So
got it.
I don't. I'm barely getting Instagram down, guys. So barking up the wrong tree.
Whoa, whoa.
He lying.
But listen, we're going to talk about some real stuff tonight. Not too real. We don't want to start off the new season with a bunch of ratchet behavior. However,
ratchet and real.
However, if you about that life, about truth, if you about it, we're going to be about it with you.
Yeah.
Because that's our business. Hey, Mom, come on in. Hey, Daphne. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
You excited, babe? You nervous?
I get a little.
You get a little?
When I'm on.
You get so weak. So just like before, we're going to keep the same thing going. We are going to be tonight's conversations. Tonight's conversations. This question is for me. Hallelujah. You want to ask it? You want me to ask you?
I'm going to ask you.
Okay, she's going to ask me. And I'm going to be real. Okay? I'm going to be real. Now, listen.
I just picked some cards out of this box.
Hold on. This topic is so important. It's so important for marriages that many churches won't talk about it.
That's true.
Like, flesh, the enemy, all the systems of the world really don't want us to talk about sex.
Right.
Healthy sex. Because we'll talk about dysfunctional sex all day.
All day long.
All day long. It's on TV. It's on commercials.
Right.
It's in cartoons.
It is.
But for some reason, we just supposed to be out here married, being just any old kind of way.
That's not a thing.
It's not. But go ahead and ask the question.
But that's okay. All right.
Go ahead and ask the question.
Am I as passionate during sex as I was in the beginning?
Yes. And even more. You know why? Because you know where to find it. You know where it's at. And what I'm talking about is my heart.
For all you little nasties out there.
When it comes to intimacy in marriages, it's beyond sexual organs. It's about, do you know where your partner's heart is?
Yeah.
Do you know their love language? Do you know how to prepare the meal? And it's beyond a lot of things that you would assume.
Right.
You know? But for women, I know there are things that have to happen throughout a day, a week, or a month to lead up to a moment. I may not need as much.
You can just get in the car and go.
I'm ready to go right now. But the point is...
I know, Michi was like, wait, okay.
but here's the truth. Here's the truth and the honesty about it. You know where my heart is.
Yeah.
And you know how to reach my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know my love languages, and I trusted you with that. And there it is. Yep. Boom. Trust. Hey, trust kills marriages.
You know why?
Lack of trust.
That's what I was going to say, because when there's a lack of, then it
hey,
creates
fam, what's up? Yeah. It creates Because guess what I got to do? If I walk into a relationship with you, and I got a whole lie a whole lie that I'm perpetrating.
Yeah.
I got to live up to that lie every
day.
Single day.
Every day.
And folks go through relationships 1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
15, 20.
What's up, Chauncey? Guess what? I'm going to forget about my lies somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere.
And I'm going to drop the ball like, did I forget about I did.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I mean, that's part of it, right? Like,
it is.
That's why you don't lie. That be the reason why you don't lie, is so that you don't have to maintain the lie and continue to lie on top of the lie. Right? It's harder. It's harder to maintain the lie when you can just, let me just tell the truth and keep it moving.
And for all you single folks out there, here's some single advice for those who want to get married. Lead with integrity, Lead with honesty. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about, people are afraid to put themselves, I don't want to put myself out there too much. Be honest.
Listen.
Be open.
Because the way we started, it was like, okay, so this is who I am, and this is what I have, and this is what I don't have.
This is where I've been.
And this is where I'm going.
Here are my bruises. Because what I'm not doing with you when I met you, as we were beginning to date, was pretend that I was something that I was not.
Right.
Because guess what? Freshly divorced, going through therapy, bruised and broken, going through healing. It was a reality.
Yeah. And it is a reality. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Absolute real thing. What does that say right there?
I lied about liking the gym.
Margie.
Keep up.
Margie lied about liking. Look, I hate it too. I hate the gym and I love cookies.
Okay, but I liked the gym when I was going to the gym. I didn't have good distractions.
Oh, for sure.
Now I have good distractions that keep me from wanting to go to the gym.
You know why I hate the gym? Here's a vulnerable moment. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Here's me being honest with all of my listeners, followers. I hate the gym because I can't do what I used to do.
Oh, sure.
When I walk in and see the machines and the plates and the things, and my back is like, I wish you would.
Try me.
Try me if you want.
It's a definite try me moment.
Because I had some really proud moments.
Yeah.
In my teens, 20s, 30s. And that don't exist at 49.
No, it's not encouraging anymore for you to be like, yeah, I'm out here.
Let me go over there and get these 10 pounds and these bands and find me a yoga mat and set my tail down and be still. Jeff, what's happening?
It's funny because it's true.
It is true. It is true. I hate going because I can't lift.
Yeah.
But I need to go. And
that's your thing, is like, that's what you enjoy doing, right? I like to go to the gym and strictly get on on the treadmill. But then I learned going to the other gym, right, that literally there's more to do at the gym and it's fun.
Let's see what Cousin said. I have learned caring less causes less expectations. My wife just dropped the phone. Oh, go ahead and read it for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have learned caring less causes less expectations, which then prevents hurt. If I don't expect you to do anything, I won't be bothered if you do or don't do something. I think that's big because a lot of people don't pay attention to, the expectations part of it. And sometimes you go in not even realizing that you have expectations of somebody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't know I expected you to pump the gas every single day. I mean,
yeah. But see,
it's real things.
Those false expectations expire when my lies run out of fuel.
Yeah. Because you can't keep
it up. You can't keep it up. Question for you.
Hold on, before we do that.
What's up?
I just want y'all.
Here we go. Let me get out the way. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
What's up, Mike? I need y'all to see how the girls have grown.
She's your queen to be.
Season 2,
Locks.
Grown Up Locks.
Come on.
Okay. I'm ready.
You ready?
I just had to show them because
Show them. Let them know. Flash them.
I saw the.
Yeah.
I saw the season 1 little shorties, and I was like, oh, they're so cute.
It's all good. Though. What would you say is our most significant difference as individuals, and how does it help us as a couple?
Our most significant difference. I think our most significant difference.
Most significant. What you
got? There's quite a few.
Top. What was number 1?
But
shake it up, put it in the box, pick one.
Yeah, I don't know. The one that like comes right to mind is like our perspectives on just things, like anything really, any topic that we pick, we have a different perspective of how we can view it, but then we also see how it brought us to each other.
Sure.
Right? Like, here's one fun one.
Let's go.
Where we grew up.
Okay.
And how we grew up.
Okay.
And the things that we were taught growing up.
Yeah.
They have significant differences.
Night and day sometimes.
But they're so
they blend.
Complementary. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's good that we have these two different view and vantage points.
For sure.
Because it allows us to show, like, I can show you my perspective and you can show me your perspective. Yeah. And not that it one is better than the other. They're just two totally different perspectives that when they come together, it creates a better outlook.
But here's something also. When I share my different perspective, I'm not trying to change yours.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to change.
If you don't try to blend your opinion and make it work with your significant other, your friend, your boss, whatever, it's not going to work if you're walking into it with motives to change somebody.
But it's the closed-mindedness, right? Mm-hmm. Like, don't have a closed mind.
Do not.
That goes for everything, though. You don't have a closed mind when it comes to going in for a new job. Don't have a closed mind when it comes to dating somebody. Don't have a closed mind when it comes to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anything, because you never know what you're going to miss out on by having that closed mind.
Yeah. We have had some situations that one of us was dead wrong. Just wrong. But it wasn't like, oh, I told you. See, if you would have listened to me.
Right.
I told you. No. Let's work together to fix it.
Yeah, but we're also big on like learning lessons too. Right? Like having the outcome of, okay, so what'd you learn from that?
Yeah.
Like that one didn't work. And even though I gave you some information, you didn't want to use it. That's fine. But now what should we do? Right? Like, what I was just having a conversation with my friend Trish about this.
Yeah.
And, you know, even when it comes to like having kids, that's what we were talking about, is like letting them make their own choices, especially because we have adult kids, right?
Sure.
So we were talking about like, make your own choice. But then also like when it goes wrong, how are you going to fix it? Like, what are you going to do to make it better, make it right, make it whatever, you know? Yeah, we have some questions. Okay.
Comments. Yeah.
Hey, Mike. What up? Chauncey said, I lied out of fear. It's been a struggle even when I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Fear is a big deal.
It is, because that's where they're like mostly created out of, is fear, right? Fear of losing, fear of not having, fear of what's going to happen. Yeah. I don't want to be left. I don't want to be abandoned. Right. I don't want to be dropped. Like, there's all these different fears that you go through. And so then you put yourself in a position to say, well, if I just say this, then it'll be fine. And I don't have to worry about it. But then like everything that's done in the dark always comes to light. And that's just a true statement for everything across the board. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
it's going to show up somewhere in your life.
That's good.
And so like making it a point to say, even though I know this is going to hurt your feelings, I have to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And then you and I can discuss how to go forward after we see how you handle it, right? Like, but what you're doing when you lie is you take away that person's opportunity.
You do.
To give you a make it pass.
What's up, Carl?
Right? Like you take away that opportunity for someone to be like, that's okay, let's work on this.
Yeah.
Right? You take that away from them by telling them a lie, so they think your lie is the truth.
Yeah.
And really it's a lie, but they think it's the truth, so they're giving you the benefit of the doubt because they think it's the truth, and you've already lied. You've already set yourself and your relationship, friendship, whatever it is, to fail.
There's an investment I have to make when you speak to me.
Yeah.
So you're giving me information, but I'm giving you my trust.
Right.
And so because I made a healthy investment in what you were saying, when it comes back to be an untruth or a lie, I wasted my investment.
Yeah.
If it was money and you sold that money into an investment or a stock,
right,
and it failed, you would be hurt because you were expecting some kind of return.
Yeah.
Truth has to have a return, right?
Yeah.
Good comment.
Okay. Lena, it's based on the deliverance as well. You don't have to agree with one another, but it's how you explain your side to your partner. But it's also important for you as the partner who's receiving the information to hear your partner. Yeah. That's a big one.
Huge.
If you don't have the ear to hear your spouse, your friend, your whatever, if you don't have the ear to hear them out, just listen to what they're saying. Just listen, so that way you know all of the information before you reply.
That's right.
If you're listening to simply reply, you're not going to be heard. Like, you're not going to hear what they have to say.
Right.
You're just going to be able to reply fast.
Yeah.
But if you stop your mind from overthinking and thinking about what to say next, you give yourself the opportunity to hear what someone else has to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a big one. That's a big one. I mean, that's a big one for us.
Packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging. I love a product that's packaged well.
Sure.
Like, I love it. Like when you see it, the box, the wrapping, how it's presented on a counter or in the bag. That's like, ooh, that's high end.
Yeah.
But when you have a valuable product and wrap it in newspaper and toilet paper or something, you wouldn't go to Macy's or Dillard's. Is there still a Dillard's?
Sure.
I'm old.
I don't go anywhere.
Wherever. Old Navy. It doesn't matter. If you see it in the wrong package, you're not going to invest your money into it.
No.
So why would I invest my listening, my understanding into words coming out of your mouth in a bad package?
Right. Like, tone has a lot to do with conversation making. Like, if you're not, I mean, you know, a lot of people are like, watch what you say and how you say it and and all of that is true.
Yeah.
But you also, just out of respect for the other person, you should already, you know what I mean, have that in mind. You should already want to
want you to hear me.
Yeah. So I'm not going to package it in a way that you won't receive it.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to have a family huddle a few days ago, and we had to work on the packaging. It took us 3 or 4 days to figure out how can we get this bit of information, which was very important.
Super important.
Super important. How can we get it out in a way that will be received? We had to pray. We had to fast. We had to converse. We had to agree. We had to disagree. Yeah. We had to start over.
Yeah. And you go through it. You
all the
go
cycles.
Through it. Because if you don't, something's going to get missed. Something's going to get dropped. Somebody's feelings are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
It requires, I mean, communication, it almost is like an art.
It is.
Right? You have to make sure that giving yourself even every time, every time.
I'm proud of you, Ben. I was waiting for it.
He always waits for me to hit the microphone, and it's rude, but he expects it, and I do it. It's like,
it's all good.
I said this season I wasn't going to do it.
You did.
And I immediately
boom in your face.
At least it wasn't my face this time.
Or a cup.
Okay.
Ask me a question. If y'all got some questions, thank y'all for sharing.
Yeah.
You got some questions you want to ask?
Put them in there. We're going to talk about
Send
it tonight.
Send them. Agree. That's what I struggle with and still do, especially coming from my past. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And unknowingly react, defend myself rather. Yeah. And staying calm.
Yeah.
Woo. My gosh. You know.
So yeah.
Domestic violence is.
I lost it.
Yeah. But that's okay. Because it's hard. And there's no guaranteed prescription on how to get through it.
No.
Like there's no remedy. There's no, if you follow A, B, C, D, you'll get it. And the truth is, I know people in their 60s where they had a situation in their 20s and they're still going through the grieving and the pain of it after 40 years, you know. But because of those things, I think any kind of internal or deep-rooted trauma, you have to work even harder to reconcile that. And it takes multiple voices sometimes, multiple touches, a lot of patience. And I honor you for sharing that on here because it's not easy. Yeah. Go ahead, babe.
Who picked these?
You did.
Oh.
You did, girl.
Okay.
Let's go.
Which of my qualities do you think would make or makes me a great parent?
Zakiya is very attentive to her children. She knows what they need. She's always discerning and thinking, even before they ask. She's answering questions while they're asking. Like, I already took care of that. It's over there on the table. Like, how'd you do that? But she does it effortlessly. It looks easy, but I know it's hard work.
That's crazy that you say that, because there's times, I mean, and it could be because of like past things where I feel like I've missed the mark.
Yeah.
So I try to do better every single time.
Yeah.
Right. And I go over the things, and what did I miss here? What did I miss there? But I have to give honor where honor is due.
That's right.
My mom was and still is almost the master.
Oh my God. She's
like
Yoda. She's Yoda. She's Yoda at that. Yeah.
She's definitely the Yoda of I'm gonna make sure that you have it before you even have to ask for it. And I'm like, how did you even know? Like, how did you know? I just knew.
Oh.
No, it's fine. Here. Oh, you're good. I already did that. Oh, Mom, I meant to. Yeah, I took care of it.
I got it.
Like, she's always done that. So that, to me, that's a compliment. That's a huge compliment because I watched my mom do it growing up for me and my sister. And so I know, well.
Yeah. It takes a great deal of discernment.
It does.
Discernment. If you have the skill, it can be developed.
Sure.
But to be a solid parent, you need discernment. To be a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, an employee, employer, you need discernment.
Yeah.
Discernment is key.
It is key because just making sure that you're fully focused and ready for whatever.
Yeah. Because, and you know what? There are people around us that have that same trait.
Yeah.
And I'll even shout out Margie. Now, she's not on Facebook here. She's on Instagram.
She's over here on Instagram. And y'all, Margie,
I've
she knows what
watched
you mean.
her navigate some things for multiple people in one room, take care of the kids, the people, herself, strangers, everybody. Everybody's taken care of. And to do it.
We literally watched that at your house the other day.
Shout out to you, Margie.
Like it's something to really like learn. Okay, we got a question. I love questions.
You want to read it, babe?
Sure. How to get the relationship back when there's been such a disconnect for so long, and when is it time to let go, but both parties still want to fight for the relationship? Okay, well, there is no time to let go if you guys both want to fight.
Yes.
Like coming to a solid agreement that we both want this.
Yeah.
We don't want to let it go. But then actively taking the steps to move towards bettering the relationship.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever that looks like for you, even if it's starting back from, okay, let's sit down and talk about the things that we want, our wants and our needs. Yeah. Let's both write it down. We'll sit down at the table together and we'll both write it down on a sheet of paper. And then you hand yours to her, she hands hers to you. And you guys read them together.
Yeah.
And have the discussion, talk about it, make sure that it's something that, you know what I mean, you know, can do together or not do together, or, you know, like, what is it? What makes you feel loved? I would say definitely start with the love languages test, because that's super important. It's important so that way you know how your partner needs to be loved.
Amen.
Not how you think they want to be loved. If they take the test and they tell you, there's literally no reason for you to not know. Like, and me and Viren, we do it every year.
I do it every month now.
I did. Well, it was so crazy, huh? Okay, you guys, I thought mine's never gonna change. Like, mine's the same. It's never gonna change. It's always the same thing. No, mine changed this year. I took it in December. January, I was like...
And it changed again in February.
It did.
But here's the thing, Mike. And I love what you said. Both parties have to be willing to have some type of agreement. Yes, we want to fight.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I've been on the other end where I was the only one fighting.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible position to be in.
Yeah.
However.
And I've been on the other end of I'm the only one not fighting. Like, I'm not fighting for that. I don't want it. I'm not fighting for this.
If we don't come to some kind of understanding about who we are, you got to start back at one.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
You really do, because we change, we evolve. My previous marriage, I was in 18 plus years and never had a conversation about love languages or evolving emotionally. Never, not once. The assumption was, this is who I am. This is who I'm always going to be.
Yeah.
So to do a fair assessment, okay, this is who I am now.
Yeah.
Because guess what? As people change, what happened was I changed.
Yeah.
She changed. And who she was changing into.
Yeah.
I didn't like her anymore.
Yeah. So you change and not realize how drastic the change is. So like, me and Viren, we change all the time. Like, every year we have something that changes.
Yeah.
But we are determined to change with each other.
Have to.
And not away from each other.
Have to.
So,
as uncomfortable as it may be.
And sometimes it like, okay, we're being what? Honest and truthful.
And truthful.
I went back to school.
Sure did.
There are days where I see my family and it feels like, and we're all at home. Okay. Janae's homeschooled. We work from home.
Yeah.
We're home.
At the house.
There's moments where I feel like we're literally ships passing in the hallway.
Right.
And we don't see each other. We see each other for split seconds. We see each other for moments of the day. Yeah. And for me, a big thing for me was time. Right. That was like my number one love language for like majority of my life.
Yep.
I want to spend time with you. Why? Because it's something that I can't ever get back.
Ever.
Right. I can't go back and get any of these moments. I can't go back and say, oh, I'm going to go back, and yes, God will redeem some time. However, I like to make use of the time that he gives me right now so I don't have to go back and have him redeem it.
Yeah.
So I was struggling.
Sorry.
Is that going to be your thing?
I guess it is.
He kicked us and we wobbled all over the place.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby. Sorry.
I felt like I was missing moments. And I told Vera, and I said, what was it, last week?
Last Wednesday.
Last one. Yeah. I sat and just cried. And I was like, I just want you to know that I'm having a hard time. Like I'm missing you guys. And I know we're all in the same house. I know we're all here all day together. Right. But I've added another element to our household. I've added another thing to my plate, and I miss my family.
And my response was, we added something, because you didn't just go out rogue and said, I'm going to school. I don't care what y'all want. We talked about it.
We did. We talked about it for months.
And we said to you, do what you have to do. We're going to support you.
I know.
And we're going to you may feel you're missing moments, but we're going to reserve those moments and hold special times and things like for tomorrow. Yeah. Right. We've planned something special 2 months ago. Yeah. And we're going to do it tomorrow. Yeah. And we're going to be going all day. Yeah. And it's our time. It's our moment. And it's okay. We planned a moment. Yeah. Took the time. Because when we off tonight, she's going back over here to go to school.
Yeah. I have homework that's due by midnight tonight.
Midnight. Don't wait till. Sorry. Midnight.
I wasn't going to finish it if that's what you was looking for. So, Mike, I hope we answered your question, because seriously, start with the love language test. Is it a test?
I'll send you some stuff offline. Yeah. I know we're going to converse privately, but I think that would be a good start, is to assess who you are, who you've become, and get a buy-in. Like, are we fighting? Yeah. Or are we not?
Yes, we talked about uncomfortable change and doing things we haven't done before, but it is hard to change. But I'm trying. But she feels it's not fast as much as stated she changed for me. Okay, so that's something completely different. If her feeling is, I did all this changing for you, and now you're not changing for me. We should probably have that conversation.
We're going to have that conversation offline, because here's something very important, I think, that a lot of couples make. I don't want to change for you. Yeah. Like in my mind, now that I've been divorced, right, and healed, remarried, I'm not my wife's source of happiness. It's not my job to make her happy. It's not my job to change for her.
Nope.
But if I change with you,
sure,
because change is incremental. It's small baby steps. Yeah. Sometimes we wait until it's a full-grown elephant and say, I changed. Yeah. It's too much.
Yeah. Well, it was 20 years worth of a change, and I didn't see it coming.
We can't quantify that and say, you're not doing it fast. See, I can't change for you. Right. I need to love myself. Yeah. You should love yourself, wife. Right. Say, I'm going to change
for me.
Actually, for me, because I love me.
Right.
And I love us. Right. I can't love us if I don't love me.
And that's okay. So that's hard too, because wives, we want our husbands to be happy. We want to please our husbands. Yeah. We want them to be happy. But that comes from an underlying root as well. Like that comes from people pleasing.
Yep.
Comes from a root.
It does.
There's a root to that where it's like, you've been doing this your whole life, or you've lost someone that you've truly loved for so long. And then, now I feel like I have to do it this way or else. Wait a minute. And if you're like, wait, I've never put an ultimatum on you doing anything differently or changing or any of that, it's still not, if you haven't worked through that, because it's a trauma response. If you haven't worked through that, there's some other things that have to be worked on too.
Yeah, there really is. Because if you don't work on those trauma responses turn to trauma roots,
right?
Ends up being trauma trash. and then it begins to stink.
Right.
It turns toxic real quick. And when it turns toxic,
then it's something different.
Then it's something different. Then it's cancer.
Yeah.
Then you got to have intensive treatment, chemotherapy, and all the other things that feel horrible.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. It may help if you complete the treatment, but to be honest, when it gets that bad, some people just don't survive because they don't want to fight that much or that hard.
Yeah.
It hurts. It's ugly. It stinks.
And it is. Yeah. But if you're willing to like get through it,
yeah,
you've got something there. Where's the other ones? I'm scared of those.
Well, you look at those. Listen, we want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. This is the beginning of season 2.
Hey, right? Is that Minister Q?
What's up, Q? What's up? Listen, we love the interaction tonight. We're going to be going more in depth into what we do, how we do it, to communicate certain things to all of you, but also to pour out, to help as many people as we can, not just in being married, but just being a decent human being, being single, being an entrepreneur. We are mental health advocates. We believe that is important for everything we do. If you're not mentally well, how can you be spiritually whole? They go together. Peanut butter and jelly. Mm. My wife.
Don't do this.
My wife made, when we were dating, she said, "Babe, do you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, of course, because number one, peanut butter is from the Lord. It's in the Bible.
Show me when we're done.
We're at Bible study live. Peanut butter is in the Bible. And I was all cool. I said, "Well, you got strawberry jelly? Because that's my joint right there." She said, "Yeah, I got you." I sat down at the table. I saw her get a pan and some butter. This woman of God, it is hallelujah. I feel the Lord. I feel him. I feel him moving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, God. She made me a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was like she fried 2 pieces of French toast and put peanut butter and jelly in betwixt the 2 pieces of perfectly seasoned and fried bread. And I said, "God, I thank you for the peanut butter and jelly ministry of this woman." Hallelujah.
See how ridiculous.
Woo.
It always goes so far.
I felt my help coming. I felt my help. I felt my help. Yeah, my help was here. Mm-hmm. Woo. You want to read this question or we out?
These 2 are
problematic.
I mean,
it's fine.
You love problematic.
I do. I love causing trouble.
He will stir it up.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Like he already.
Let me see.
That's the one.
You want to read this one?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, but
a woman
they're the better of
feels her significant other should take care of the domestic duties since she pays all the bills. Now this could be vice versa, right? I say it both ways. I don't
like it.
I know you don't. That's why I do it. And says in response, "No, cooking and cleaning makes me feel less than." Right? What advice would you give a woman or a man that's in that position where they're feeling less than because someone is asking them to do a chore that is perceived to be beneath them? And I rest.
The worst part is that you think that the chores should only be done by certain someone's in the house. Like, the idea is that we are a family and this is our home. And so please help me take care of it.
Yeah.
Not so much, this is your job and this is my job and you gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Like,
but can I be just honest, real? Just truth.
Yeah.
Honest. If I was unemployed,
mm-hmm.
right? And you were working and I was, looking for work, I'm out there 4 or 5 hours a day doing my thing. In my mind, I would want to do more
mm-hmm.
because of the more you have to do to fill in some gaps.
Yeah.
But that's and understanding.
Yeah, but spouse, and that's the other way too. Hey, spouse who's working, don't act like you running everything and you just got it so good that you don't
Knock
got
it
it.
off.
Like, I can't stand that. I think that's the worst
Knock it off.
way to handle any kind of moment like that. More so for women
Mm-hmm.
who do that to men.
Yeah.
Because it's almost as if there's this expectation, right, that it's giving never been single before vibes. That's what it's giving. And that's a big thing. Like, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, then that's why you're gonna always constantly give that response of, well, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and you don't do this and you don't do. My
mama said chores should not be gender.
They're not
specific.
They're not gender specific
at all.
It's pick up your socks and put them in the basket.
Y'all pray for me.
It's fine because I pick them up and I put them in the washing machine.
I've gotten better as the years go.
Yeah, for sure.
Like year one was like, bruh.
Because I would find the trail from the bed.
Look, from sock
to
shoe.
And I'm like, babe,
pant.
What happened?
Shirt.
Like, where did you go?
Hat.
Oh, I don't even have to ask where you are or where you went because
follow the trail.
See where all of your stuff leads.
I was so beyond like, who is this guy? We got one more question over here on the ground. I can't see it though.
Okay, me too.
Let me see.
What is a healthy
sex life
in a marriage? Well, I mean, I guess that's up to you and your spouse because, I mean, healthy.
Let me say this.
Context, I guess.
I will say this as a statement. Most people, not all people, have a very dysfunctional idea of what sex is because of pornography, because of masturbation, because of what they saw on TV or a movie. And so no one really talks about it because there are other elements. Fam, what's up, bro?
Ryan! Sorry, y'all.
Royalty came into the room.
Did.
Royalty is here. Royal, y'all stand up and clap. The king is here. But listen, if you have those things in your relationship before you started, and in your mind you think, because I saw the porn star do it, or because I saw the movie star do it,
I think my wife or my husband.
My wife should.
Because let's not get it twisted, ladies. Men aren't the only ones who will suffer with that. I'm tired of the stereotypes.
Let it pause. Let it breathe.
I'm so tired of the stereotypes.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe. It goes both ways.
It does. It goes both ways.
So healthy sex life in a marriage means open, honest communication, understanding boundaries, what's too far, what's not far enough. Where should we go with this?
And you know what's funny? Because you have these myths in your head and you have these things that you've seen or you thought of or, all of that in your mind, it's going to feel uncomfortable having the conversation with your spouse about what they like and don't like.
Because if I tell you what I like, being honest, say, I really like this because when I was young, I saw it in a porn movie.
Yeah.
That's an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
Like, wait a minute. Because it might open up some other things.
Yeah.
She may say, me too. Or she might say, ugh. You might be afraid someone's going to judge me.
Facts. I did see that, Ryan. I saw it.
Absolutely. But it's that was my answer to you about what healthy sex in a marriage looks like. And then it
looks like conversation.
Have fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like conversation. It looks like fun, and it looks like creating.
Can I be honest right now?
Happiness. Well, that's what our whole show is about.
We're having sex right now. We are mentally stimulating each other. We've been talking all day. My wife made me the best breakfast sandwich ever.
Oh my gosh. Shh. And then you want me
bread. That bread was toasted perfectly. Just the right amount of jelly. Hallelujah.
I figured out it's under.
Right yeah.
It's not 4.
It's like 3.8. If you give me 3.8 on that bread, I promise you, take my money. It don't take much from me. But that's where intimacy starts, because sex is not with organs, penis and vagina. Sex is intimacy, conversation, touches, feels, looks, things. We grown.
No, you said organs, and I immediately saw keys and a whole
strings. He brings.
Why would he ever bring up an organ?
But it's the truth. Sex doesn't start in the bedroom.
It doesn't.
It starts by washing the dishes.
It absolutely does.
It starts by opening doors.
Yes, making me a cup of coffee, singing to me.
Yeah,
that's how it starts.
Keeping the room quiet while you're doing homework.
Jesus God, thank you, Lord.
You're welcome. And when this semester is over,
I can't wait. You guys, I'm trying to be so focused and diligent on like doing what I need to do for school and like all the things. But at the same time, I'm ready for this semester to be over. I am.
Yeah, but check it. We are wrapping up. We've been on here 45 minutes. Thank y'all for coming. Brother Ryan.
Hey, we're coming soon. We'll be there soon. We have to.
Absolutely love you. One of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for joining. Margie, the questions, Mike.
Thank you.
Lynn, Q. Thank y'all for participating. We'll be back next week, Friday.
Yep, Friday, 6:30.
Let us know how you feel.
Oh, shout out to the Harpers. They're doing That's now. Tonight. Yeah, right on YouTube. Now.
I'll share it on my Facebook.
I shared it too. They're doing Friday night dance party. So go check it out. I can't check it out. I got homework. But Viren, he could go dance.
I'm going to check it out.
He's going to distract me and dance in the living room.
Absolutely will. Absolutely will. But thank y'all for coming. We appreciate y'all.
Thanks, guys. We love you.
All right.